Can you still see? Alright, so first, I'm mostly sure that everybody knows me, but if you don't, my name is Jane Donatich. I grew up in Huntington on Long Island, about 4 hours away, and I decided to come to Binghamton because it was a great value. My dad drove me up here on a very sunny, very warm day in August, and woke me up at 5 a.m. and said, oh, we have to go to Binghamton this day because it's beautiful. And if we don't, if we go on a rainy day, Jane probably won't go here. And he was right. When it came down to the wire in April, I was deciding between like 4 schools. Where do I want to go? Where do I want to go? And it came down to, well, we visited Binghamton on a really nice sunny day. And we have a lot of majors, and I had really no idea what I wanted to do. I was thinking maybe a pediatrician, dentist, orthodontist, math teacher, I don't know, public policy maker, you name it. I had no idea. And Binghamton had it all, and they also had club sports. I'm involved in the field hockey program here. And with 3 other siblings, great value, I would be the ones with the least amount of loans. So that was what sold me. And so I started out as undeclared. I took a bunch of science classes, history, English, a little bit of everything, stayed up with math, and decided to declare a math major. And then I also was bioengineering for a little while, but then I went back to the math, and now I still have an engineering minor, but it's specifically bioengineering. And there's an emphasis on entrepreneurship, and I decided to keep that minor because I became involved with CIC2020 when I was a sophomore. Like Craig mentioned earlier, I was in the class with the Partnership for Knowledge Entrepreneurship Project, and Catherine Fletcher was in the lead, and my topic was on innovative research spin-offs and technology transfer, which makes sense from what I was studying. And so that sort of got me into this entrepreneurial mindset and kept me thinking about innovation and leadership and like things evolving and emergent behavior. And so that's where I am today. And now I'm in this leadership role in the TA, and I'm the executive director of CIC2020. So that's my little backstory. And then the first thing I just wanted to talk to everybody about was our project last year, leading from the Confluence. You'll see you have some of these pamphlets right here on your tables. And the TA last year, Jody Epstein, this was her baby, as Craig called Partnership for Knowledge, Catherine's baby. It's sort of something that culminates throughout the semester, putting together all of these ideas, thinking about the diverse group of students that we have and their interests, and figuring out how to connect them and form those relationships with the community members and make recommendations. And so there were 5 major topics, as you can see. The first one was relational development, which was in the bottom left-hand corner, and that was about marketing strategies and figuring out how to connect people with each other and how we market Binghamton and bring the young talent here. And then the next one was locale, and that was about connecting and educating and innovating. And Katie was a student in the class, and her project was about space and place and creating a common culture. And so she was in that sort of little group. And then we also had, social capital, which was about attracting and retaining young talent as well, and how to keep that knowledge here and connect with different organizations in the community. And then lastly, we had this idea of entrepreneurial ubiquity. And ubiquity, everyone, the definition is like everywhere. You know, it's omnipresent all over the place. So having this idea of entrepreneurship across all sectors and fostering that. And so here's a detailed description of all the projects, which is also inside here. And if you would like to look further into some of the topics, I encourage everyone to go on the website. And if you want to download it and read about it, or even contact someone to ask them about their topic and who they had reached out to, you know, feel free to talk to me about it, and I can give you their information. And so that project was all about the connections. And then The one thing that really stuck out to me from last year's topic was the entrepreneurial ubiquity and the idea of space and place. And so you can see how our projects sort of emerge and relate to each other, but they're always evolving. And so from the Superenclave, this idea of a young talent pool of people, a talent task force that consists of students, young professionals, entrepreneurs, community members, this big group of people here who want to become more involved in the community and innovate. We came up with this idea of enterprise development across social, civic, and business enterprise, having entrepreneurship everywhere. And it's all about, livability principles and smart growth and sustaining and the environment and innovating and partnering with people, with community members. And I guess I can't thank you guys and our community members enough for coming today. You make this day special, adding your knowledge and forming relationships with the students and making suggestions. And we're specifically working with a number of officials from the city of Binghamton this year who have come into our classroom last week or coming this Wednesday, and also other organizations. And so that's where we're at right now. We're thinking of this idea of social, civic, and business enterprise and how to foster entrepreneurship and creativity across all sectors and implement that into the community and make recommendations, because right now we're in this age of economic recession, as everybody knows, and there's a lack of jobs. And what better way is there to have a job than to create your own? And so we're all in this class because we're interested in entrepreneurship and in working with diverse teams and in possibly starting your own business or joining an organization and being the innovator or idea champion, as some people might call it when you're passionate about a certain interest. And so with that, I would just like everyone to start thinking about this and talk amongst your tables and do a little bit more brainstorming. And our first question is, how can we...
What I was going to ask you to
Yeah.
do is if, because people are sitting at different tables, they
Yes.
might not realize who the
Oh,
community
sure.
members that
Yes.
are here, so I wondered if we could just ask them each to introduce themselves. Or,
Sure.
I would like to...
Sure. Yeah, let's do that.
And tell a little bit